Jai Satchidanand.
Just a 1 minute. Okay, Kashyap bhai.
Yes.
Okay, Deepakanandji 3 months. Please do 3 months. Kashyap bhai, please follow.
Yeah.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Vasayanam.
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam.
Namo Doe Sava Sahunam.
Eso Panchana Mukkaro.
Eso Pancha Namukaro.
Savapa Vapranachanam.
Sarva Pava Pranasano.
Mangalanam Cha Savesim.
Mangalanam Cha Savesim.
Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Okay, Jai Satchidanand. You know, we have been talking about Agna number 1, number 2, lately number 3, Vyavasthit Shakti. So, Deepakanandji, why don't you talk a little bit about it before we start getting questions?
Okay, I will.
Yeah, Kashyap bhai, your question?
I have question, but when it is appropriate, you please tell.
Okay, after Deepakanandji's, okay?
Okay.
Jai Satchidanand. First kalam is considered as the prime kalam. The first code is identified as the prime code because everyone lives by their name, what we call as egoism. And any attack, any reference, not attack, I will say any reference to the name itself, people feel offended. Why at all did you have to call my name? Don't dare to call my name. So, in a way, you can say that everyone gets affected or get hurt, feels hurt when any reference is made with their name. So, the first column relates to that. And against that, we are asking for that infinite inner strength from Dada Bhagwan, that may he give us that inner strength that I do not hurt anybody's ego. I don't support anyone doing that or never get it done through others. So that's how, with the first code, the first column, I become vigilant that every time or any time someone's ego gets hurt, I immediately get alerted and I correct myself. The number 2 code relates to religious belief, religion. And everyone is born in a particular religious home or religious family. And naturally, the family religion becomes one's own religion. And definitely, people end up having inclination, favor, or preference for their religion. And somehow, over a period of time, somehow they have negative feelings about other religion. And if you see today and forever, all these generations, there had been several fights based on religion. Several wars were fought for religion only, believing their religion as the right and the only perfect religion. Others are imperfect, others are not any religion. So here, in the second code, we are asking for that inner strength so that I don't talk any negative about any other religion. And here, I would like to clarify one thing, that Dada Bhagwan has identified all these different religions as different grades or different standards. In the sense how we, while studying, school study and college studies, you go from one standard to other standard, or one grade to other grade, 1 year to the other year. So like first grade, second grade, third grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. Similarly, at other places it is referred to as standard. So first standard, second standard, third standard, 12th standard, and so on. So these are different standard, different grades. So everyone, every standard, every grade is useful and at its place. You can't remove any standard, any grade. So it's like uh, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, like that. So someone may say, can we remove 8th grade? So someone who has come, who has studied 7th grade, now he will go to the 9th grade. It is not possible. So these grades are there in its place and they are appropriate at that place. There is no need to refer as low or high or right or wrong, because everyone passes through that grade, passes through that standard and learns a level, and that's how it is identified as a level of education. Standard 1, standard 2, that way. So religions are also identified as different standards, and the basis of the standard is the level of violence, that is the level of non-violence they follow. So, in the sense that certain religions, without referring the names, I would like to say that certain religion allows uh, non-vegetarian food. Others allow vegetarian food. Even within a vegetarian food, there are food that are grown under the soil, that grows under the soil. They are considered to have too many lives in it. So it is considered violent against those vegetables and fruits that grow outside, that is in the air, that which grows under the ground. So there's inappropriate for you to progress in the path of liberation. And the reason is, the more the number of lives you consume, more it creates a kind of cloud on our understanding. So more and deeply and more precisely, if you want to understand and live that spiritual science or spiritual life, then you must incur minimum violence, minimum number of lives. That's why the idea of drinking boiled water is not just eliminating germs in it, but when water is boiled for like 20 minutes plus, then it is said at 100 degrees and boiled for 20 minutes, let's say half an hour, then the water has only the body. There is no life form, there is no living aspect in the water. So if someone consumes and uses that water for its living, then without incurring big loss or any loss, I will say, because it doesn't have any lives in it. But then what happens with those lives when they are boiled for this 20, 25, say half an hour, they die. So here, all these absolutes with ragas have clarified very nicely that yes, you do incur a loss when you boil the water, and the lives, they die. But then what you earn in the spiritual practices, so it is said like 8 to 10% gets they get benefited by those lives. So they take away your 10% of your earning, your spiritual earning. So nothing in this life is without a loss, but uh, with a calculation, you incur this small loss to have a bigger gain, and part of that gain goes to these lives who die because of your uh, attempt to remove or reduce the number of lives you consume. So that's how uh, all these religions are on the level of non-violence they follow. The highest religion is considered the one which has no violence at all. And the lowest religion is one which allows violence. So there is nothing wrong because as your perception grows, you will go to the next level of non-violence. And finally, one reaches the level of violence where it is the vitragas or the absolutes who incur zero violence. And that's how uh, their life, their living is also of that order that I will not say caution, but they have inherently become such that their living, they don't hurt any living being. They live in such a way that they don't hurt anyone. They are the living absolutes. So this is how. And the third one is in relation to um, the leaders, spiritual teachers, that uh, every religion, every belief, every faith has they have some or the other guide who guide those people who believe in that religion, that faith. So guides us.
This is Agna. We are talking about Agna 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Okay, then I got mistaken. So sorry for that. I will just correct myself. I was wondering again. Anyway, so the first two agnas, as we know, relates to the first one is relative and real. Once you get realized that demarcation is established between temporary and the permanent, the temporary part is called relative, which keeps changing. The permanent part is one which is non-changing, is identified as real. So the first one is relative. Any individual, any living being, specifically we relate to humans because it is only in humans that you get this realization called self-realization, wherein you come to know the relative aspect and the real aspect. So when I say I am, then when I say I am Deepak Anand, then it is only one-sided identity because Deepak Anand is relative. Deepak Anand is temporary. Deepak Anand is mortal. Whereas there is pure soul inside also. But without self-realization, I have no idea, no understanding of my being a spiritual being. But then on acquiring self-realization, I come to know that I am pure soul. That is, by real viewpoint, I am pure soul. But even by having this identity as pure soul as I am, the Deepak Anand is already there, is also there. Then who is this Deepak Anand? So when I didn't have self-realization, no initiation into spirituality, then I would say, I was saying, my name is Deepak Anand, which is right. But I would also say, I was also saying, I am Deepak Anand, which was wrong. And on getting initiated into self-realization, I come to know that I am pure soul by real viewpoint, but I am also Deepak Anand, but by relative viewpoint. So through these two viewpoints, I have my complete identity, because outside temporary and inside permanent, both beings are there. One is the body self, another is the soul self. The body self is relative and soul self is real. So with these two identities, that is first to Agna, having realized, I start seeing every living being outside whom I come across with these two viewpoints. For example, by relative viewpoint, as I am Deepakanand, by real viewpoint, I am pure soul. The same way I see by relative viewpoint, it's a dog, the packing, and by real viewpoint, it is pure soul. By relative viewpoint, a mosquito, by real viewpoint, pure soul. By relative viewpoint, mango tree, by real viewpoint, pure soul. By relative viewpoint, crow, that is a bird, and by real viewpoint, it is pure soul. So with these two viewpoints, I keep seeing with this vigilance inside of these two viewpoints, I practice myself of these two viewpoints because I have acquired this knowledge out of grace, not out of my ability or worthiness that way. Our worthiness is because of Dada Bhagwan's enlightened state, and that is state of Akram Vignan, which has opened within him. And with that ability, he was able to uh, make this separation within us, make us realize ourselves, even without our worthiness, in the sense we had a body self which was not having unity among our mind, speech, and body, which is a mandatory criteria for us to get into spirituality. Anyway, so that's how, because we have acquired this knowledge, this self-realization out of grace, uh, practicing of these two or all the five agnas becomes important, of which the first two are the two viewpoints. What you see with the worldly eyes is relative, is temporary, and the one which you see with the third eye, that is the inner eye, and that is the pure soul eye, and with that you see pure soul in every living being. Man-made things, it doesn't have pure soul in it. So the wood, the table which is made of uh, that wood when it was in the tree, pure soul was there in it, but now it is cut and made into a table. There is no pure soul in it. That's a hold on. Now the third agna relates to the activity of the physical world, what is it, the body cell. And it is said, it is said that these activities are natural activity which is operated by uh, natural force of scientific circumstantial evidence, which Dada has coined a word as Vyavasthit Shakti. So it is the this universal natural power of Vyavasthit which makes everyone act, or the activity of the relative world is by virtue of this operation of the Vyavasthit Shakti, that is universal natural power. It is said, why does it do unless it was caused? And how does it get caused? Because of our ignorant projection or ignorant projected doership, which was done in the ignorant state in the past life, which made us born in this present life. And during all our lifespan, our activities from birth till the end, that till we pass away, it is governed by the universal natural power of Vyavasthit, Vyavasthit Shakti. It is not like it is predestined, which is misunderstood. That's why Dada has said that you can consider any happening as Vyavasthit only after it happens. Before it happens, you must put all your efforts, direct, indirect, prayer, and then finally whatever happens is Vyavasthit. So after happening, we can consider the activity as Vyavasthit, not before. Otherwise, if it is identified or considered Vyavasthit beforehand, then someone can lack in putting right efforts. So after putting all our efforts, whatever finality is reached after happening, you have to consider as Vyavasthit. It is also said that one who understands Vyavasthit Shakti, the natural universal power, operative power, as it is, then what happens is you will get freed from all kind of doership. And that is where your absolute state of what is called Keval Gnan, absolute state opens. So our whole process of life journey after initiation, having realized who am I as a pure soul that I am, what remains is my perception, perceptive power to understand how things are happening, and my understanding grows by the application of the five Agnas, particularly application of the third Agna, considering every happening as Vyavasthit. So I don't use my intellect and meddle with the uh, operation of Vyavasthit, because if I use my intellect, which sees other person as doer and not Vyavasthit Shakti as doer, then I will end up blaming the other person at fault, and then everything gets disturbed then again. But because of the uh, profoundness and perfection of the absolute knowledge which is imparted to us by Dada Bhagwan and his manifested enlightened state, we get benefited, and that's how uh, new projections don't take place. And whatever gets projected is only by virtue of the application of the five agnas, the five precepts, which what happens, the causes which are laid through the application and following of the agnas, it prepares us that our body self is suitable to be born in Mahavidek Kshetra, where Simandar Swami, Lord Simandar Swami is there, the living absolute is there, and naturally with this connectivity to Dada Bhagwan and his witness and all our worship through Dada Bhagwan's witness of Simandar Swami, we get born and we will come across Simandar Swami, have his final darshan, final sight, where the last wheel, the last layer of ignorance will remove, will shed, will drop automatically, and our absolute state will open. Jai Satchidanand.
Right, okay, we'll start questions on if you had any homework on Agna number 3, but Kashyap bhai?
Yes, Jai Satchidanand everyone. Jai Satchidanand ji, Jai Satchidanand Deepakanandji. Yes, today only one sutra came very nice on this Vyavasthit Shakti. Dadaji says that nature is also not the doer, but it is all natural adjustments. This word very interesting. natural adjustments. So maybe in this connection, you would like to put more light on this.
The natural adjustment, what it means, we will say, I give an example that how we get inspired or we get inspiration to do certain thing, to decide. So let us take one example, like I got an invitation and I had choice whether to accept the invitation and go or don't go. Okay. But I decided so that inner Vyavasthit Shakti is working and inspires me to accept the invitation. So I went to attend someone's marriage. So there are other people also get inspiration in a similar way, the way I had, and they also uh, came. I will try to give you a perfect example which took place very recently, that we were traveling from Junagadh, a place in Gujarat, Saurashtra. We were heading towards Dwarka. On the way, we had to pass through Jamnagar. Now, Jamnagar, we were trying to locate some places to visit, some spiritual place to visit, to have darshan. So we came across one temple, and that temple turned out to be Sri Ram, Lord Ram temple, where this worship of Sri Ram, Jai Ram was going on, is going on from last 60 years. This is 60th year. So we thought we will visit that place. But then when it came, we were close, we said, let's not waste time, let's head towards Dwarka. And we changed in our GPS straight away Dwarka. But when we were near that lake, the temple was behind the lake. So we said, why not visit that place? We have come all the way, and it's question of 10-15 minutes only. So we again put the GPS back to Ram Mandir, and we visited the temple. We sat there, we did the worship Sri Ram, Jai Ram for 10-12 minutes. And then we said, okay, let's go. We came out and we saw a guy selling coconut. So we said, why not have coconut water? So we had coconut water. All this happening. We were not going to be there. We were to just pass that place and go further to Dwarka. But we said, okay, visit the temple. We went to, the temple. We came out. We had coconut. And after having coconut water, and we had a good kernel of coconut, we said, okay, let's go. And I was about to sit in the car. The other family, Mahatma family, Akshay Bhai, and that is Mahesh Anandji's nephew, and his wife and daughter. They were coming behind. So I was just about to sit in the car, and I saw him talking to someone. See, the coincidence. That person is asking Akshay Bhai, is this the same Deepakanand who comes on YouTube, Dada Bhagwan channel? Say, yeah, he's the same one. So he said, can I meet him? He said, of course you can meet him. We met him, we had a brief exchange, and then he invited us, why don't you come to our place? See, this was not planned. We went there, we almost spent almost half an hour, 45 minutes over there. So imagine, we were not going to be there at the temple. We were supposed to pass through the temple without visiting the temple. We visited the temple, so that inspiration is where Vyavasthit Shakti is working. And that's how that person asking us, and everything happened. So, in fact, we had a good satsang at his place because he was wondering whether he could ask me. I said, yes, of course you can ask me. It's our job, or rather, it's our duty also, and that's our life. And that's how we had almost 45 minutes satsang. So, this is how things happen. I'll
Yeah.
just to
So
brief out how the Vyavasthit Shakti is working. Okay, let us say. So now we will talk about this. Nature એ ચલાવતી નથી. So nature ખાલી nature adjustment છે.
So
Okay,
what is
perfect.
so the question here is, what is the adjustment here in this example which you give? What is the adjustment here?
Part is the coming together of evidences.
Hmm.
You understand?
That is the adjustment which is made naturally.
Now let us say,
Hmm.
we came across and we had satsang.
Hmm.
Other people who may come across, they may have something else.
Hmm.
So coming together is one thing. So what it means, Vyavasthit Shakti is part of the nature. It brings evidences together.
Hmm.
Another example, so it will clarify.
Hmm.
You had chiku seed, and just 4 feet away you have mango seed. Both are sown in the soil. Both has water, fertilizer, but over here, so coming together of evidences is seed and other circumstances. Here also seed and other circumstances, but the cause here is of chiku seed and the cause here is of mango seed. Coming together, evidences are same, but one evidence that of seed changes here, that here chiku plant grows, here mango plant grows. You understand?
So natural means it is according to the cause which happened before the effect is coming. That is what is being implied here, right?
One coming together of evidences.
Okay. According to the causes which are made before. That is
Yeah.
natural.
What is there inside plays the role. Like how
Okay.
the chiku seed ends up growing chiku plant, and here the thing goes out, grows as mango plant, mango tree.
No, so natural implies that according to what was shown previously, what was made previously, that it's coming out now. Right?
But the coming together is of the other evidences.
Rather evident. Okay. Yeah, one more. Can I ask, please?
Yes.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I will share. It's actually related to this only. Yeah, one. Please give me
Yes.
sharing.
Go ahead, share.
Sutra number 2046. That this also came actually. આખો સંસાર શાનાથી ઉભો છે ક્લેશથી. On what basis is the entire worldly life in existence? It is due to conflicts. So this Vyavasthit Shakti we were talking, so how the world is created. So here Dadaji says that the world is created due to conflicts. So please elaborate on this.
Let us analyze this. I was just about to elaborate that how Vyavasthit is working. That is, Vyavasthit means activity of the visible world. The whole world is full of lives, living organism. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, every living organism have these basic 4 instincts. Number 1 is food. So you can see living forms hunting. No, that word is not right. Searching for food. Correct? You will see an activity related to acquiring food. Okay?
Yeah.
When when they consume food, when they eat food, the immediate action or the effect is they go to sleep. There is a factor of sleep. Every plant, every animal, every living being sleeps. So the activity of sleeping is there. And when sleep activity is like they are not aware of their surrounding in a way. So there is a factor called fear, because that fear that someone will eat me away, someone will consume me. So that fear instinct is there, which keeps someone awake. Although the pressure of the food and its effect is make the living form sleep. Did you understand?
Yeah.
The one is fear. We live in an enclosed box, a home, doors closed and all that, because of the fear that somebody can hurt us, somebody can, we know that. Fine. Okay. And now the fourth activity, which is common to all living beings, is procreation. To procreate, reproduction, which is normal and natural. Now, all the living forms, except humans, they have something more than these four basic instincts, which is called passion. Passion, anger, pride, possessiveness, greed, likes, dislikes. And due to this, all these four activities, they don't remain natural. The main pivotal or prime factor is food. When the food gets disturbed, it affects your sleep, it affects your fear instinct, because we eat such that all we become very blunt, not blunt, that's not the right word, but our vigilance, power of vigilance drops down. So we don't remain vigilant of what is happening around and how. So the fear instinct goes down. Now, because of the food factor, the procreation aspect increases. And everything, so it's like if you have to work, earn money for your living, then you don't have to work so much. But people don't want money just for the living, but they want for some luxury, other more things, which is not necessary for your living. Do you understand? So that makes the person work more and more and more. So for humans, we are going beyond natural requirements of food, sleep, fear, and procreation. And all these abnormalities in food, fear, sleep, and procreation is because of the passionate part of our living. And when the passionate part of our living gets eliminated through spiritual knowledge and spiritual uh, initiation, that's how you become normal again. And that's why Dada has said normality is the essence of life. And what we
here, Dadaji is talking about the whole world, not only humans. That whole world is existence is due to conflicts.
That's what we clarified. They have no conflict. We foresee that as a conflict. For example, animals are territorial, right? They are natural, and there is nothing more than that. But humans, what do they do? So when this is referred, the whole Sansar, Sanati Ubhoshe, says now Sansar is of humans. The animal Sansar is not complicated like us. You understand?
Yeah, I understand you're saying correct. You're saying right, but I don't know in what context this Apt Sutra was said. So
I'm
maybe
saying
yeah,
that,
it had some other meaning also. Yeah.
enmity or where,
Mm.
that is not in this animal kingdom or other life form.
Mm.
We have that problem.
Maybe this sutra is specifically referring to the humans more, right? I think.
Men, humans only. They
Yeah.
don't need any sutra,
Mm.
correct?
They don't need any.
Sansar is of human form.
Uh,
The life form, they don't have sansar.
mm.
They live naturally. They die naturally. See, for example, when the lion is hungry, it goes around for food, and if it eats a wild beast,
Mm.
then how does humans interpret that? Lion has came out for hunting. Lion is not. He's like how we go to buy vegetables. Do we say I have gone to hunt vegetables? We never say that.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm. So when humans passion is eliminated, then they will become normal and they will attain liberation. That is what is the essence of
The very cause of our birth is abnormality,
it. Mm.
and once we become normal, then we get liberated. The ultimate normality is that of the absolutes or the one who has reached that absolute state of perfection. And the purpose, the only way is to understand the third Agna. That is who really operates the world. Okay?
Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Jai
Yeah,
Satchidanand.
why, Jai Sachidanand, only in continuation of this, Deepakanandji. Yeah, the word conflict, we don't think happiness as a conflict.
Huh? Come again.
Happiness, now we don't think happiness is also a part of conflict, right? Because, we get happy, unhappy, unhappy, unhappy when we have some interaction and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
Just observation. Anyway,
No.
okay.
See, the problem is because of enmity, it is where enmity, the whole world is there. If enmity is not there, that's why dvesh, enmity ends up in dislike.
Yeah.
The cause of this whole world is dislike. It is said, Bair se khada hai sara jagat.
Yeah.
If this bear is not there, rag is also because of dvesh.
Yes. That's what was my point. Yeah.
Then when this dvesh gets eliminated, then what remains is rag. And you then finally go beyond rag also. That's how you become vitrag. That is, you become absolute.
Yeah. That was my point. Yes. Correct. Yeah.
Rani wants to say something.
Yeah. That's a question.
Jai Sachidanand. Yes,
Jai
I have
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand Deepakanandji and all Mahatmas. So my question is, Deepakanandji, you mentioned, understanding grows when we don't meddle. We don't meddle with Vyavasthit, we don't interfere. And I think that's also mentioned in the Charan Vidhi about having the strength not to interfere. Can you elaborate on what is interference? What does that mean? And how do we become more aware of that? Thank you.
Let us relate to some examples. So someone comes and says that I want to become a doctor. No. You don't have to become a doctor. You become an engineer. Don't we do like that? And then someone has come out with some, not some weird subject or area of education, but which is not very common, which is not really going to pay you back. There are certain field of education which has now opened and they're doing good. But then people feel that that's not right just because of my dislike, in a way, dislike. And I feel that that's not going to fetch me more money or enough money for my living. I will say, no, 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 don't do this, do this. But I have not feel like that, Dada doing like that. I mean, he would always say, oh, you want to do this? Oh, my blessings are there. Do it well. Because I feel if you go to the top, then it is going to open and reveal the hidden secrets of the nature. Because anyone who comes across a subject, there is something in the world, there is something in the nature which needs to be explored, which needs to be open. And there is always, but then that's how we disagree with that and we interfere or intervene like that, which is not right. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So it's almost like it's giving an opinion, it's interfering with unasked for advice, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
All of that is interfering.
Yes.
And Deepakanandji, like the example you gave going to the mandir, what would be interfering there? Somebody saying, oh, let's not go, let's do something else like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without consulting anyone, I said, no, 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 we have to go, we are going.
Okay, yeah.
What I did, I asked those two people who were there, I mean, with whom I came, I went with them. I said, what do you say? They said, let's go.
Okay.
Finally, let's go.
Yeah. Then you're really letting go.
And from others also. But at times when I'm very desperate, then I will not take anybody's compliance. I'll just unilaterally I will say, no, no, we are going. That may hurt other people. I was open because he said that, and we were really hurrying to go to our destination. But then I asked him, what do you think? They said that he's having such deep feeling, then let's go. But then when we went there, he said, oh, you have come all the way. So my sister is also going to come. Can you wait for some time? He said, what do we do? Let's wait. In the meantime, they brought some breakfast and other stuff. And then his sister came. We did one small prayer also. And then we left. He said, my father cannot come because his job is, he's in bank and he cannot leave like that. So that's how things happen. Accepting things, not taking or not making any unilateral decision without consulting others when others are involved in the situation.
Thank you. Thank you. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Miraben?
The whole purpose of this dealing is you don't want to hurt anyone. That's very important. Because if I make any unilateral decision without consulting other people's compliance when they are involved in the situation, then that's not right.
Right.
Okay, Miraben?
Jai Satchidanand, Deepakanandji, Rajnikanth Bhai, and all of the Mahatmas. I'm still having this horrific cold, so please forgive me if I don't put myself on screen. But I have one question regarding this. So both what Rani asked and your example, Deepakanandji. So in that time frame when you went to the temple and then you were leaving and you had coconut water and you were completely satisfied with the darshan in the temple, the water, everything was just every event that happened, you settled it amicably. But and I'm just asking an example, if when that other person wanted to come see you and said, please come to our house, in your head, if you suddenly had said, oh my God, I'm going to be late to my destination, I'm not going to be aware, I'm going to do this, like, gosh, what is happening? But okay, fine, this is Vyavasthit. That would be the wrong way to take this, right? Instead, you should have said,
that
yeah,
possibility
correct.
was there. That possibility was there, but
Huh.
that time was, I was not having the time frame. So
Huh.
I took compliance from Akshay Bhai. What do we do?
Ah.
He said, there's no problem. We will not have any problem. That's what.
So, but I think that the question I have is that internally, whatever situation comes and faces you, we have to only settle, we have to be amicable and say, if this is supposed to happen, it will happen. If, okay, supposing you went to someone's house and it delayed you, you knew that, okay, and in your head, you already, your intellect was saying, oh, Swamiji, it's going to be late for you if you go to this person's house. But you say, okay, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. How do you settle your brain in that situation?
You know, that's what I asked Akshay Bhai. That, okay. And he said, oh, okay, no problem. Then I said, it's fine.
Okay, so it's just basically ensuring that you are not taking that doership. Correct.
Correct. So, I mean, at the time, if they have some other plan, at the same time, if they would have said that, no, we don't, really don't have time, we have to move, then we would have done. But I'm just saying that how Vyavasthit Shakti gives us inspiration to do certain things, not to do certain things, and things happen.
Okay.
It's not our doing that things happen, it is through the operative power of Vyavasthit Shakti, universal natural power.
And in that time frame, if so,
it just happened.
Correct. No, I'm only asking because sometimes we all get into these so that is the living naturally is what I'm saying. Because sometimes in your head, if you say, oh my God, why is this guy coming down? I have no time, I have this, immediately then we have to do pratikraman because it is not correct on our part to take that thing because he is coming according to Vyavasthit. Correct.
So any time what happens, it is not all that important. So if you go half an hour late, the world is not going to end. You just be dominant. You want it to happen your way.
Correct. Okay.
Ego comes and role.
Understood. That is okay. Understood. Jai Satchidanand. That's it.
Jai Satchidanand.
Yeah, in that way also, Miraben, lot of times we have think that even we had some diversion, but if you do everything calmly, then the next process always takes care of it by itself. We will be maybe a little bit late or a little bit there, but adjustment on the other end always takes place. So that I never bother about it because that once you have clear mind, like Deepakanji is saying, then everything follows properly.
Jai Satchidanand. Then that is Vyavasthit also. Correct. Jai Satchidanand.
One aspect, I would like to clarify over here that what is our life? Our life is passing from one suffering to the other suffering. And for us to pass through that particular suffering, Vyavasthit Shakti plays its role to bring all those appropriate circumstances together to encounter that suffering. And that suffering was or is our destiny. You understand?
Yes, correct.
And that suffering not in my destiny, the evidence is they change.
Yeah.
Change. And we say, oh, God saved me, my elders' blessing saved me. Yes, we have to attribute all this to our spiritual master, to God, so that we don't take the burden, not burden, but take the pride of doing certain things.
Correct.
If
Correct.
to free ourselves from that doership or pride of that doership, anything good that happens, put that attribute to your master, to your elders, to your parents. And if anything bad that happens, you take the blame on you.
Yes. Yes.
That help you improve. Then definitely I must have gone somewhere wrong. So that's why it happened. And that helps us improve and correct ourselves.
So in this example again, just to be sure that I'm thinking correctly, if I am, and I promise I'll only take 10 seconds, if I am going and I am somehow, let's say, delayed, like in your case, if you had gone and somehow somebody is coming, I've gone to the temple, I was going someplace, somebody said, I need to see you, you went and you did this and did that. At the destination, Rajnikant Bhai, you're saying at the destination, uncle, that it's okay, that somehow everything will work out because we are looking at it from that prajna shakti, that pure soul perspective. But if Meera suddenly says, oh my God, my husband is waiting at that other side, he's going to be very angry at me that I'm going to be late because I'm staying over here to say hello to this person who accidentally came and all this stuff. Then I should do pratikraman to my husband also. Because that's
No,
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 that is why I'm asking. Correct. Okay.
that decision, call him, and I'm in this situation, and the possibility is I could be half an hour late. Is that okay? He said, oh,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
having tea at home, so you can come take your time. Half an hour, 40 minutes is okay. So then there's no problem.
Correct. Okay. Jai Sachidanand. Yes.
We don't take the heat of asking, we want to make the decision of our own.
Okay. Jai
Okay,
Sachidanand.
also Miraben, you assume that your husband will get mad.
Yes. Yes.
That's a good assumption, no? Because you don't know.
Yes.
He may or he may not. You have to assume that he'll understand. That's it, and then move on.
Yes.
But if you assume he's going to, then definitely it will happen. But if you say, no, he'll understand what, then kuch nahi hoga.
Yes. Yes. Jai Sachidanand. That makes so much sense. Thank you.
At times what happens, that you get late by maybe, say, let's say 45 minutes, and you felt that he was waiting for half an hour, 45 minutes. But he would say, oh, I got stuck in the traffic and I also came just 5 minutes before. Everything was well.
Jai Sachidanand. That makes sense.
So, best thing is, I believe, if you are involved, if someone is involved with your decision, then you better ask that person that this is the situation and I'm likely to get delayed. Is that okay? I'll fix that some appointment sometime else. And that person, oh, no problem, go ahead. Then no problem. So even then, if you're late, then you have no problem. The person is okay with that.
Be open, be natural. Correct.
When we are desperate, we want to do, and in those moments, in those cases, we will not get anyone. This is where we are going wrong.
Okay. I'm not Jai Sachidanand. I will practice that this week. I will definitely practice this.
Jai Sachidanand. Our time is up. So Deepakanandji, can you do 3 mantra? Everybody please unmute and follow.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo
Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo
Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajrayanam.
Namo Vajrayanam.
Doi Sava Sahunam.
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam.
Eso Kanchana Muktaro.
Eso
Panchamakaro
Avapranachano
Sabhava
Mangalanam cha Savesim Tamam Havai Mangalam
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya
Om Namah Shivaya.
Siddhanand
Jai Sat.